Bum 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 ba-dum bum bum bum
Oh,
bum
mate,
bum bum.
bum.
Man, 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 bum 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 bum.
Go on, let's join in. Money, bum. Bash Bros.
So make sure you subscribe to our channel, Bash Bros, for more content.
Make sure you like and subscribe and put those notifications on.
Or the booger man will get you.
I'm not fucking about. He's like fucking. He's like. I think he's taken all of his motivational quotes out of Demolition Man. Like it's like coming in so fucking hard. It's like, yeah, fool me once and I've got AIDS. Fool me twice and like. I did think, didn't you miss out on the overall twice though? I didn't really, but maybe he means fool me once, yeah, then fool me twice, but three, definitely not three, not 3 times.
Without boring too much.
So obviously 2 of the things, the music and now bodybuilding, who would you rather rim? Is it Ronnie Coleman or Method Man?
Method Man.
Okay.
Yeah. If we're going to be straight about it, like Method Man.
Yeah. Strong.
Would you agree? Would you?
I mean, it's a strong rim. I don't know if you'd get to Ronnie Coleman's. It's got quite a vivid protection system built in, I think.
Call a wheelchair.
That certainly would do it. They probably like branched out into like boat parties in Marbella or something. Like, you get 3 free photographs of you naked after doing 3 grams of ketamine with some aged man.
Wow.
That's the new one.
That's the new one, yeah.
An organised photo shoot of you being fingered by Peter Stringfellow on a yacht. Always good to lower it. Well, we like to stay humble.
Well, you're taking my tips on board, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because I was literally going to walk straight out of here, fucking backhand Alice in the face, and then, like, just go on the... Oh, no, I didn't mean it.
Gee, I don't know what you're laughing about. You're coming with us.
When's it happening?
When we can afford you.
Is it? Are you kind of just waiting until you've got enough in the bank from the podcast, like to go and get it done?
There's that, and we're looking for more sponsors, I think, at the moment. But it's like we want to time it right because Dan's doing the Arnold, and obviously Dan will be. I'll have to get my fat ass in shape just in case. And I'm sure G will be back to his full capacity by that point. I'm not sure if you're quite back there yet, G, but obviously with all the gyms being closed, want to give the smaller man a fighting chance.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Jack.
No, me. Probably the smallest of the boys, though.
I'm just slagging Jack off because he's not yet.
Yeah, it is Jack.
Jack's the new Ryan anyway.
Yeah, I get that impression.
He's going to be a fitting sport for someone, I think. Probably his mother or something.
All right.
Yeah.
What a
This
point.
meeting is being recorded. Sorry I'm late. I literally just finished physio. My bad.
At least you got an excuse this time, you can.
Yeah.
At least you turned up.
C-bombs.
At least I'm not wearing a pink sweatshirt.
I knew he was going to dig me on that. I knew it. I was waiting for it. I was like, I know he's going to say something.
I might be late. But
I saw him blend in with the wall, really.
Don't worry, we're all pink on the inside.
And you look pink on the outside, but looks a bit, mate.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Straight in it.
Ooh.
Yes. Straight in it.
Ooh.
I got to get him when I can because he's not
A bit early for Kung Fu, Mr. Tragic Eye.
Keep shooting him, Jay. Keep shooting him.
That's all I got.
You might have a shoe collection.
That's all I've got. That's all I've got.
Can you play the pink oboe?
Is that how you play
No,
it?
what have I missed?
Not much, mate.
General chit chat.
General fucking chit chat. Mate,
What have we missed with you?
Huh?
What have we missed with you? What's been
Well,
going
I'm
on?
on prep now, so I'm fucking ripped.
Fucking lucky, bro.
Monday. Got my bloods done so that I can look at them and then throw them in the bin.
Just to say you've got them and done.
Yeah, got the bloods done, put it on the Instagram, and as soon as they arrive, just fucking bin them.
Yeah, get the bloods done, and then justify why a load of them out because you're a bigger guy and that's normal, and then put them in the bin.
Yeah. They'll come back as just dead, and then bin.
Corpse.
Go to the emergency room now. Bin. Next.
When you start Monday? Monday just gone.
Yeah. So I'm already in show shape. Hashtag blessed.
Standard. How many weeks out is that now?
It's not many. 14, I think. 14, 15, something like that. I'm already like in a pretty good position. Like anyway, after pulling back.
Yeah.
So the first part of prep is to eat more, push the weight up again, and then come in. I usually don't need as long as I put in, and the big dance is 4 weeks afterwards. Not that I'm planning on half baking the first show, but yeah, it'll be all right. We know what we're doing when it comes to getting in shape. I'm all right. It's just being massive. I'm not very massive. Not very good at that. So
sure, you'll do the job, mate. The wee man up north will take care of you, won't he?
Yeah. My favourite at the moment is Connor. Obviously, we had him on the podcast. He's like fucking. He's like. I think he's taken all of his motivational quotes out of Demolition Man. Like it's like coming in so fucking hard. It's like, yeah, fool me once and I've got AIDS. Fool me twice and like. I did think, didn't you miss out on the overall twice though? I didn't really. But maybe he means fool me once, yeah, then fool me twice, but three, definitely not three, not 3 times.
I'm down at that point.
No, I'm like, don't get me wrong, like in a few weeks I'm going to be getting in that headspace of like, yeah, fucking, looking up Dalai Lama quotes to put on Instagram and all that. Like, it won't be long until I'm doing it, but it's a bit early for that, I think.
Yeah. Where's
So
his greatest quotes like?
So we're not expecting to see a picture of Dan McNabb next to the shadow.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I couldn't do that. It would be like me trying to, just hammer myself up on an easel and then compare myself to Jesus. I think yeah.
Just put a photo up of you and then Ant Bales.
Yeah. Both crucified and be like Jesus. What are we gonna do? So, let me know your competition here at History.
Well, I did one and done. I was in and out. One show, that's it. So
I completed it.
Thanks for having me, guys. See you next time.
What's your plans for the future? Nothing.
I'll do
older.
I'll do the intro, but I would normally like share your page and stuff, but I'm like hotspotting to do this, and I don't think it's a wise idea. So we'll just do the introduction. Then you can give us.
Basically, I'm like the half-assed fucking podcast by the looks of it. One of the fucking hosts didn't turn up, and you can't even share my page. What's the point of being on here? Being able to fucking go.
Wow.
Oh,
mate, did you? Yeah, but like, fucking, if this was Jay's podcast, it would have like fucking some epic music. It would have changed frames like night. It'd be like smoke coming off me and like.
Easy.
So the production value is a little bit less.
What's your thoughts on our intro, Jay? What do you think of our intro?
On your intro with the singing. It's fantastic.
Yeah, what do you think about
Fantastic.
Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't asked me for the rights for that to like put on other people's training videos.
I was going to use it on Giant's latest edit.
that?
Well, I'll let Jamie know, that I can. Obviously, I am a lyrical, genius, a wordsmith, as it were. If he needs any freestyle rap battles from the beginning.
Do you do custom like jingles and that?
Yeah, I do custom. Like, what's the thing where you can get like Kevin Hart to call you a cunt on video? Like, there's like a thing, isn't there?
Rape.
What's it called?
Rape.
Oh right, yeah. Nah, he'd love it.
Yeah.
He'd love it as a weapon. No, like there's a thing that you can like pay celebrities
Yeah.
and they like give you a shout out.
So you're classing yourself as a celebrity now?
Well,
or-
obviously.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And so people could write in and I'll like do some lyrics.
Demand them.
So watch this space.
Saying, do you know who I am?
You know who I think I am? That's enough about me. Now you talk about me.
Fool me once, fool me twice.
So we're going to do an intro. I reckon that what we want to know
What do you
from
want to know?
Jay
Yeah.
is how he fell into the cryptic, horrific world of muscle men.
So, G, do you want to do the introduction this week since mine is lagging and so I can just sort of just chip in here and there?
Yeah, 42.
I want the biggest introduction you've ever done, G.
All right, I'll do my best, right, bro. It's,
Horns and
As
everything.
well.
this is 42 now, isn't it? Episode 42.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. Right, welcome back to episode 42. Welcome back to episode 42. Oh,
Welcome back.
cut that
Fucked it
out.
up.
Fucking
Fuck
Fuck
it.
it out.
Fuck it. Right, start again. Welcome back to another episode of Batch Bros. Episode.
That was dreadful. And again, one more.
What did I do wrong?
This is show business. This is show business, isn't it?
Right. Episode 42.
Yeah.
Bash Bros. With your main man, Jay Davis, behind the camera, Magic Eye Media.
There we
What was
go.
that?
I'm in. That was good, wasn't it? Look at that.
Jay is in the house.
Can I get smoke and whistles as well? Gonna,
Magic ball bag.
there we
That
go.
was quite good, wasn't it?
Question, what would
Yeah,
your
epic.
introduction? What would your introduction music be if you could have it?
Oh, yeah.
Me,
Mm.
it would have to be some cinematic, ambient, slow.
Hans
building.
Zimmer, literally
Hans
just
Zimmer, basically.
just
I didn't
like-
know if they get it, but yeah.
yeah, Hans Zimmer recreating the Lion King just for Jay Davies.
No, I'd go with
You
this
just chop that in, John.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Breaking Glass, and then yeah, that's me.
Bit hardcore.
I think Garrett's more of a Barbie girl at the moment.
with that jumper on.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge as it is. I gotta fill it like. I just start eating more food. Fuck me.
So Jay, why don't you tell us how you went from Real Human to the filming of The Men in Pants?
Men in Pants. Right, so fell into it through just a hobby where I was going through a bit of a personal transformation myself, started messing about with cameras about 4 or 5 years ago, filming shit in the gym, and then started playing about with editing. And then gradually, a few people kind of started noticing my editing, one of them being Nick Orton from Body Power, formerly Body Power or whatever. And then he asked me for a meeting. So when I went up to Birmingham, had a meeting with him, started chatting about maybe doing something at Body Power in terms of like a studio, like a YouTube, because all the YouTubers were popping off at the time. So we were going to do a little bit of an area at Body Power where you could learn how to film, edit. Bearing in mind at that time, I didn't really actually know what I was doing. I was just winging it. Still am. And then from there, he took me to India for 3 weeks. And I just kind of embraced what was happening at the time. And that was the back end of 2016. So since then, that's obviously 5 years now. And it's just gradually built over time, you know, juggling it around a day job, DJing, and now I'm full-time the last 2 years, well, 2 and a bit years now.
So what were you doing before? I know you were Mix Master J on the DMCs.
Yeah, so I was DJ JD, which was then that then evolved to J Dizzle. So I was DJing pretty much from the age of 19, and then as I just got older, I mean, I was still fully into it until I was about 32, in all honesty. So I did it for about 14, 15 years put everything into it. Did pretty well considering, you know, from a small town in the valleys, playing fucking hip hop and R&B. That wasn't really going down in the 2000s. Anyone that's been on a night out in Merthyr knows it's hard house and fucking techno. So started doing stuff in Cardiff, Bristol, London. Got snapped up by a couple of record labels on the street teams and that. And then that was that for pretty much most of my life till I was 32. And then I started going through the, like I said, the personal transformation and picked up the camera, and the rest is history, as they say, without boring too much.
So obviously 2 of the things, the music and now bodybuilding, who would you rather rim? Is it Ronnie Coleman or Method Man?
Method Man.
Okay.
Yeah. If we, you know, if we're going to be straight about it, like Method Man.
Yeah. Strong.
Would you agree? Would you?
I mean, it's a strong rim. I don't know if you'd get to Ronnie Coleman's. It's got quite a vivid protection system built in, I think.
Called a wheelchair.
That certainly would do it.
Yeah. Bit more of a mission for them.
So you've worked with all of the UK's biggest names. Damn it, Nab.
Johnny Reed one time.
Johnny Reed. And now obviously the Harris. But like, how did you, I mean, probably the thing that people would know you for most is working with Jordan Peters.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Did he see you, or did you send him your mixtape?
Yeah, I sent my mixtape when I was DJing hip hop and R&B in the valleys, asking him to come to a nightmare.
And he was like,
this guy. I actually messaged Jordan going back when it started becoming a bit more serious and I was full-time. Well, actually, like with going full-time, it wasn't like a conscious decision to go from like a day job and jump into videography full-time. So it was like I was working multiple jobs and I'd been made redundant a couple of times over the years in different jobs. And then it was like the 4th time that I got made redundant. And Magic Eye had started kind of getting bigger and bigger. I was doing some bits for Gymshark athletes on that. And then I went full-time. But I was scrambling for like clients because I went from having a steady wage and a good job in the telecoms industry to being full-time videography. So I was scrambling for clients. So I started just messaging everyone.
Does that mean that you worked in Carphone Warehouse?
No, I didn't, man.
It's like when people, I know we're all about hyping ourselves. We're like, because Johnny B's like,
industry,
well, yeah, basically I design transport. I am the transport editor for the world. And obviously, yeah, I work in telecoms. Just wondered if...
Telecoms, yeah.
If
I actually, I sold phone cases in the market, mate. So that was my...
Yeah, just, you know, I'm all for hyping it. Just...
I was, no, I worked in T-Mobile. I fell into the fucking call center rut. Worked there for pretty much all my life until I started sort of getting my shit together. In and out of call centers, and I started like doing a bit of managerial roles within like call centers and stuff like that. And then I actually moved into a bit more on the engineering side of telecoms, so like project manager, like sorting out all the cabling and shit for all the wiring and all that. So that's what I was doing at the time when I got made redundant last.
Have you got any special links to OpenReach?
I haven't, mate, no.
Because these guys are cunts.
Johnny could do with it, though, looking at his connection. Fucking
yeah, fucking OpenReach, the non-customer facing person that goes to the customer's house but doesn't talk face. I can't talk to you.
Yeah.
I'm from OpenReach. Has anyone else had any experience with OpenReach?
You've had that recently, yeah.
Dickheads. Absolute 360 bellends. So no, we haven't got the special call number.
No, I haven't got the meeting.
All right, I just wonder if I could send them a letter bomb or something.
Or a Steven shit.
So sorry, I interrupted. It's what I do.
Expected.
So from there, telecoms, big man,
yep.
Whipping call center slags that are beneath you, and
Pretty
then
much. Nothing.
And then the JP.
and no, it was like then out of the job, one client to my name who used to book me once a month, which was like I'd gone from like a decent wage to £300 a month. And then, like I said, I started scrambling for clients. So I actually messaged Jordan when I started getting a little bit better, and he blanked me. Well, he didn't blank me, but he didn't get back to me anyway. Didn't message me back. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm not, you know, I've seen it. I seen a message JP. I messaged a few people that I never had messages back from. But it's part of the game. You've got to keep reaching out for clients when you're at that entry level. You've got to be proactive with it. That's how you build a business. So I did that with a few people, and then fast forward, like it must have been about a year, maybe a year and a half later, Jordan actually reached out to me. So I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it.
And was that on the back of a video that he'd seen, or? Yeah,
he'd seen my content out there, like with many different clients. I think the main one, he actually sent me a Two Bros video that I'd done at the time. So I'd been doing Two Bros videos probably 2 or 3 months, and then he had seen one of the edits that I'd done and asked me to jump on board with JP.
And then it was that.
And then there was that, and then I've been fucking putting thousands of miles on my car every week ever since. And
I heard you've been trying to take the train recently.
Yeah, man, running trains.
You're running trains, so you can edit on the go.
It's needed, mate. It's needed. Like,
edit on the go.
I saw a difference this week. I was away for 3 days and literally caught trains from, I stayed away for like 3 days. I just caught trains from fucking here to Manchester to Barnsley to fucking Liverpool to Crewe and then home. I just edited while I travelled.
It's quite a nice, relaxing time, a train.
Not really, mate. It's a fart can, innit? It's fucking buzzing.
That's all right.
You find you again.
This just from
a.
What's that again?
I said, do you find you get most of your editing done doing the train travel?
Yeah. I think like I got a whiteboard here and looking at the list of jobs. Like if I had not taken a train, then some of those would still be on there to edit. Whereas because I've travelled, I've been able to kind of catch up on my editing. Like I've still got work to do, but I think if I do this now for another 3 or 4 weeks, I think between like obviously doing shoots regularly and editing whilst I'm doing it, it should start balancing out a little bit more.
Yeah, a bit more level. Like.
Just spending half
so here's a question, because here's a question about being a top bad man, filmer person, yeah? Like I get really annoyed, like if I see like someone doing some cable crossovers with their like shoulders a bit high. Like I get sad about that because I know about the pecs. So what's like the pet peeve when you see people like, you know, what's the in film thing to get annoyed about? If you're like, oh fuck that's bullshit. That's stock filter.
It's like it's replicating someone else's work. Like the thing is, we're in the fucking creative industry now. I'm known as a creator, but I hate the term creator. But with being creative, I think it's something that you've got to obviously take inspiration from somewhere, but you've got to put your own stamp on it. You've got to put your own twist to make your style. Now, a lot of people they get that twisted and they'll just fucking, oh, that looks cool. I'm going to do that with this, and then they'll put out pretty much. You could say it was that edit, just with different faces in it. You know what I mean? So that's hard. Like it's hard not to get swallowed up by what else is out there as well, because there's other guys out there that I look at that are doing something completely different from me, and then I'll start incorporating that into my edits, and then it starts looking a bit too different to what I do. So it's a fine line, and a lot of people just don't give a fuck about the fine line, and they'll just rip off what you're doing and call it.
Yeah, I mean, from the viewer perspective, and it's a little bit like mixing music and stuff, not a DJ thing necessarily, but spending 3 hours compressing a drum to sound just like the consumer actually doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So like we don't know, but it's funny because you get the industry insight is like, you'd like see that, oh, that's taken from this, and like, whereas everyone else just doesn't know what the fuck's like going on.
It's like going back to like the music thing, you know, so much music these days is sampled from some of the classics, and us older gentlemen will know the classics, and we'll be listening to it thinking, oh, they've done a good job of sampling that, but it's still not fucking the original track. But then obviously the younger guys will hear the song for the first time ever, and then they'll think it's the shit. But then when you show them the old one, it's like, so it's the same old thing with music as well. As anything creative, I think it's hard to keep giving something fresh and new.
Well, there's no true originality, is there? Really?
No. But that's the thing. You've got to take inspiration from somewhere, but like, you know, don't replicate. Don't replicate, don't duplicate, something like that. Whatever the saying is, you know where I'm going with it.
No, but that sounds good.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Sounds like the hashtag.
We'll put it on a fucking t-shirt.
Would you ever make a feature film?
Yeah, 100%. That's kind of where I'd want to go with it.
You would make a feature film. Would it necessarily be about bodybuilding, or could it be about like flashers or like hookers and stuff?
I have to clear it with the missus on hookers one, but the what?
Like a full-on Louis Theroux series. Do you know the ones that used to go around like all the crackheads?
Can you imagine? I actually got asked to film an orgy going back about 2 months ago.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realise you didn't.
Sorry you had to leave early to do that.
Swear to God. Yeah. Didn't happen. Didn't happen.
If you do ever want to do a Louis Theroux style, you know, I reckon.
Are you the guy?
I reckon I'm the guy.
I've been telling you now for about a year that you need to be out there on some video content, and you know.
See, I could do interviews with the stars. I could go and visit the Baptist church, find out what they're about.
It would be like a Borat series, I guess, wouldn't it?
Oh,
well. Better.
We could actually be going somewhere with this. This could work well. Like,
mate, think tank. You know, this is where dreams are made.
Creator.
Table with this.
See, I still reckon when we do the Bash Bros tour, that Jay should come.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jay. Definitely, I'm doing.
Jay should come. And the thing is, these guys want to do it like just hop to gyms. I'm thinking like tour bus, some cocaine. Yeah. Some hookers, and then just like lads on tour. Ooh, like that.
Yeah.
Probably not some cocaine because I've got a heart condition and I'll die. But yeah.
You've had your bloods done though, and you said they're all good.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I had my bloods done. So although I haven't received the results, I'm fine.
Disclaimer.
So up the trend.
Jay, what's so obviously like as far as much as the media you've done, what's been your most memorable moments in the media?
It's hard to like pinpoint one down because it's been so fucking fast. Like Johnny, like me and Johnny probably know each other the longest on here, and Johnny knows kind of where I came from and how I started, and you know how fast it's gone from me from going where I was down GAH fucking about on YouTube to doing what I'm doing now. Like Johnny's seen it all happen, and it's just gone so fast. I wouldn't be able to say there's been like one moment. Obviously India, like that was the first initial thing, because I'd gone from call center, slapping bitches, like you said, Dan, being redundant, to then being paid to go to India for 3 weeks on a plane every day, staying in the best hotels, everything paid for, food, filming, like rolling around with Martin Ford. And it was just like that was a, you know, life-changing experience. That kind of solidified, like I was like, I could do this. Do you know what I mean? I could do this now. And it's just gone from strength to strength. You know, there's been a number of moments with us.
Who was on top then? You or Martin?
Martin, you fucking heavy boy. They're big lads.
It's the motion in the ocean.
That's what
counts. Okay, so you film loads of bodybuilders. Who was
I
the
do.
one person, and you've watched them, and you just thought, "Fuck, this guy's insane," or girl?
I mean, look, like, without being like so obvious about it, like this Jordan Peters, like, do you know what I mean? It's next level, that shit.
What about Corinne?
Both him and Corin, like, they are fucking animals, mate. And you know, I saw Jordan for the first time in the flesh. He stripped off once in MJ's, obviously off camera, when he was prepping last year, I think. And that was the first time I seen him, like, in person. And I was like, and I'd been filming for about 18 months at that point, maybe a bit longer. And I was like, what is this? This is nuts. This is nuts.
Jordan Peters is like, because he's short. I think he'd be the same height lying down, I reckon. Like, he's like that massive. It's just like a dimensional anomaly.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was mind blowing to see. I even said to him, like, I was shocked. He seen, like, my mouth was on the floor. I was like, you look crazy, mate. You're crazy.
I like the way that Corin's feedback is always like, get worse. Have you noticed that? Like, when they do a show, they put it up. It's like, you need to be like less massive or less ripped or less.
Yeah.
You just need to be like worse. Just come back worse.
I felt really bad at the British, because obviously I'd seen her in the build-up, and then I was filming obviously the content for 2 rows. So I was like in the crowd, filming, getting shots in the crowd, and then I was like side stage or whatever. And I think I was side stage when she came off stage, and she kind of looked at me and was like, "What do you think?" And I was like, "Fucking smashed it." And it felt like I put, like, she's a realist. She knows where she stands and that, but I think I kind of blew smoke up her ass a little bit, because I was like, that was fucking nuts. You just smashed it. And then obviously she didn't win because she didn't fall into the criteria, which was.
But then that's again another problem with having so many different classes in the female stuff. Like, I don't know, like, I just like when I'm seeing a show, it's a male or female. Even some of the other classes, like, when it's impressive, right? And you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
And Corinne, every time.
I don't know how that.
How does that not win anyway?
I don't know how
they just
get
go
rewarded. How does,
like, delete the whole criteria, throw it in the bin? That's insane.
Yeah, I think if you turn up like Corin turned up, it's like, okay, you completed it, mate. There you go.
yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
That's what it should have felt like. But
have you ever gone and filmed someone and it been so shit you had to throw it in the bin because it's such a pussy?
I've never thrown it in the bin. Dan trying to get a scoop. I've never thrown it in the bin. No. Wanted to a couple of times. Wanted to a few.
Did you ever have to do an edit so vivid because it was so shit that you couldn't actually put anything but like their shoulders in because their lifting was so bad?
Yeah, well, I filmed this video a few weeks back, and this guy's calf went on the leg press. I couldn't fucking put any of it in. So. Yeah.
I'm just trying to ruin Jay's career. Like, I don't know whether anyone's noticing.
I can see that. That's why I'm dropping the calf. Fucking.
What happened?
How is the calf, Dan?
I missed something.
Yeah, how is the calf, Dan? Is the calf
Say
right
again?
now? How is the calf now? Is it all right?
Yeah, mate, the calf is fine. I was fucking fuming about that. And then Amp put on another thing. He was like, yeah, did 700 kilos now. And I was like, so fun. Yeah, just it does that, especially when I start prep. You just start sending me videos, just calling me a pussy, like a couple of times a week, just being like, just trying to fuck me off.
Can we rewind back a little bit? Somebody needs to update me on what the fuck happened.
Well, basically, me and Jay travelled up to go and film with Amp for Team Nasty, and we were doing like. I've been training container, I hadn't even done a leg press, and Amp was like, we're going to do 700 kilo leg press today. And I was like, that's a shit idea, Amp. I haven't even looked at a leg press for about 6 months. And he was like, man. You know what he does. And then somehow he makes it like a good idea. Fucking man. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, like, he's the boss, so I should probably do it. And like, literally about 5 reps in, something just pinged in my calf. Yeah. And I was like, my calf's come off. And then I was like, but this might be the last set of my whole bodybuilding life. So I'll do a few more. It'll probably be fine. It wasn't fine at all. I hadn't like pinged it off, but yeah, it was fucked for like a while afterwards. I was hobbling around all day.
So you've got an excuse for having shit calves.
shoulders.
Oh, well, it's not like I didn't have shit calves before. So
It probably looked better afterwards, didn't it? Because it was like they were swollen.
at the time when it was swelled up, I was like, I could live with this.
Yeah, I was wondering why he was like walking around the gym with one tracksuit bottom. Just tied up.
Dan, if you want better cast, but you've got to move to Merthyr. That's the only way you're going to get better cast.
You've got to what?
You've got to move to Merthyr.
Oh, hills.
Oh, hills.
Hills.
That was the wildest thing I've ever heard. Hills.
Hills.
Fucking eyes over in Merthyr, man.
That was amazing.
CJ's cast, mate. Fucking massive.
See them? Fucking smooch.
Smooch. Oh, you have good cast. I am genuinely serious.
Is it? I'll take that, mate. That's all I got. That's all I have got. So job done. Happy days.
Same.
Somebody's fishing.
Yeah. Fishing for what?
No,
Free media. I bet you've seen some, like obviously with you filming, actually.
Yeah.
You've seen some injuries over the years, man, while filming. Have you? Or
I haven't seen any real bad ones. Like the only little things, like calves getting popped on leg presses and shit, but nothing like touch wood. I haven't seen any Ryan Crowleys going on or anything. Like Jordan has had a few injuries, but I'm just glad I wasn't there filming when it happened. Like we've had to cancel filming once or twice because of these injuries he's had. Like the lat tear was the most recent one. So we had to juggle around the filming because obviously he's not going to be able to press as much because his lats affecting that. He's obviously not going to be able to do pull, so we just had to go and do a leg session. So just things like that, really, just juggling it around.
Yeah, imagine Jordan Peters releasing a video of him just taking it easy.
It's not happening, is it?
Yeah, 100 by the own.
It's not happening, and it's like all this new stuff he's doing as well. It's like, everyone's saying, "Oh, he's quit bodybuilding. He's taking a back seat and all that." And he's just turned it up to me. I recorded him doing 5 sets on the leg press like that day, and they were just high rep. Fucking, it made me feel sick filming it.
What's it like filming with the Giant and the Viking?
The big men.
That's a lot of person, isn't it?
A lot of person, yeah.
That is a lot of person.
I've got to choose my angles wisely with those boys.
Yeah,
and also, it's like, it's the only place I go where I've got to be conscious of like my posture, because obviously they're taller than me, innit? So if I'm filming them at head height, like I normally film other people, I'm filming you, like when you and Anth and all that.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I'm filming a fucking Giant,
Anth isn't.
yeah, Anth is like there. You're right. But yeah, with Josh and Jamie, I've got to be conscious of that. So I kind of just fucking angle it up a little bit. But so if you ever look at the videos with Jamie and Josh, they're always looking down. They're used to it anyway. They're always used to looking fucking down on people. But their sessions are good, man. I mean, the last one we filmed was last Friday. Josh is, balls deep in prep now. He did his guest posing on the weekend, so he wasn't the most talkative up there, as you can imagine. Jamie's getting a lot more serious now as well. You can just tell.
He's looking as well.
Jamie's like literally clicked it in the last 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks ago, I was like, and then the one he just recently uploaded, I was like, oh, right, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, I like 2 weeks ago, I was like, is that going to be, oh, yeah, no, that's going to be ready.
Yeah. As soon as you see his face go a little bit gaunt, I saw massive differences in again, space of 2 weeks. I think it was like 2 weeks between filming. So I saw a massive difference. Crazy.
So do you ever go in and get stuck in? You got stuck in with them last time, didn't you?
Yeah. I try not to because I think it takes away from the filming, but it depends. If we're filming a JP video, I won't, because Jordan's obviously paying me to film, not fucking train. And then if we're filming for Jamie's YouTube, And we try not to do full training content on YouTube because no one really wants to watch 40 minutes of someone do fucking top set, back off set, warm-ups. They want to see all the funny banter and, you know, what's going on outside of the gym. So if we're only filming top sets, then he says jump in. So I'll take that every time, especially like with those boys. You know, if it's someone else, I mean, I get on with them really well. Like Jamie's like one of my best mates now. So friends.
How does that work then? Do you ever have situations where you get too friendly with people and people start trying to mug you off? I'm not saying Jamie, I mean in general, like.
It's not so much you get too friendly and they mug you off, but the line can be blurred between client and mate.
Yeah, when you bum them, it's hard.
It's difficult then. There's no coming back from it.
Yeah. You've overstepped the line. You went in to, film, an RDL. The next thing you know, you're right in their cocoa shunter.
Yeah.
And you can't really charge them after that.
I know.
Happens all the time.
The loss. It's happened a few times.
Yeah. Do you ever go around gyms and just snap people's tripods?
All the time.
Just to generate some more work for you. Just have that fucking self-filming cunts. I'm the man around here.
I get my key and just fucking smash the lens.
Fucking in your lenses. Dirty iPhone cunts.
Yeah. All the time.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
There's so many of them out there.
Do you ever shout at people that walk past your camera like Jack?
Oh, yeah. That was good.
I leave that to the Natty King. I leave that to him. I was filming the other day though in Rotherham, and like some guy, I saw him coming in the corner of my eye. He was like, I was standing there filming one of the girls for JP, and luckily it was just a warm up set or whatever. And he kind of walked towards me, saw that I was filming, and then just like kind of slow walked past the camera, and I was like, fucking cunt. Kamara was more annoyed than me because she was behind me. And she's like, "Could you fucking see him? Do you want me to say something to him?" I was like, "No, you're right." Obviously in a Yorkshire accent, not a Bali accent. But yeah, that was annoying. It does happen, but at the end of the day, I like to kind of sit back and be in the trying to blend in, so they don't really know there's a camera there anyway. Do you know what I mean? You get better shots then.
If it's staged, you can fucking tell. And like people that go and like do a training video and it's not their actual training day and they're doing it just for content, just stinks. It just fucking stinks. And you can tell immediately that some bullshit, putting faces, and then they're in the next day fucking training the same body part. And I just think, you fucking cunt, don't you have stuff to do?
Whenever I get booked for shoots, that's like, I'll send them a few bullet points of what we're doing. And the last one is always in capital letters. And I'm like, train fucking hard. Like, I don't want any stage shit. I want the emotion. I want the facial expressions. I want you to fucking go to work. Like, because it's gonna be a better video for you. And if you don't do it, it's not gonna be as good a video. So you've wasted money. So train fucking hard.
Yeah.
But obviously, I don't have to do that with a lot of people because, you know the people I film, 90% of them go at it like so.
Do any of the people?
You're just trying to be a fly on the wall.
Do any of the people who video you video, are they as loud as Jack Thorburn?
Are they as loud as him?
Yeah.
In the bedroom or?
Well,
would anyone know if it's in the bedroom? I'm not sure if they heard.
No, quiet down this.
Well, his mum would know. She's only downstairs.
No, I like obviously there's. I think people being loud in the gym is like, if you need to be loud, you're going to be loud, like with most of the guys, because they're all legit. Like when someone's really fucking making noises just for the sake of making noise, and then you kind of tell them to shut the fuck up and the camera's off. So
sick. Do we have any questions on the page?
There's a few on there, but my phone's hotspotting at the moment, so I can't use it. So you guys will have to take the lead on that one.
Mate, where the fuck are you? Are you in a hotel room?
Yeah.
This is a funny one.
Okay.
No one cares.
He doesn't want to pay for the high-speed internet. That's what he's done.
That's so true.
He's paid for the porno fucking channel, but he won't fish out for the high speed.
Probably used his connection before he came on, didn't he?
Yeah, he's used his allowance.
Maxed it out.
Don't worry, lads. It only takes like 5 seconds. So, sorry.
Snap.
But you might know who this is, Jay, but someone said that being the slag he is, training with different people in different cities all the time,
Liam.
catching all sorts of gym chlamydia. Who's your favourite training partner?
Oh,
Jim Midia. That's amazing.
yeah, I'm gonna have to say Liam is my favourite training partner, like, because he's the one that sent the fucking bell end. You're a bell end, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. Jamie the Giant is the best person to train with because he's my fucking coach as well. So obviously it's always a good one.
Oh, there's an extra bit. There's an extra Cocoa Pop going in your post workout. Right?
Cocoa Pops. No thanks, mate. Not for me. Is that the only question? Yeah,
was that it?
No, that's not it. I was going to swing it to Dan.
Game I am.
You were going to what?
I was going to swing it to Dan and give.
Who's the best person to train with?
Yeah, who do you think?
Leroy Davies.
Yeah, that's got to be in it too.
There's something about that guy. He's fucking nuts. Like what he can do, like at his age. He's almost slowing down a bit in the poundages, but he just fucking loves it, and it's infectious. It's infectious. I trained with Dorian, and that was like a lot, but actually, like Leroy's like really in it for you as well. Like he really gives a fuck like about your set and stuff. He's like, yeah, it's like a guide. If anyone gets the opportunity to do that, fucking do it.
I was thinking about going up tonight originally to maybe jump in on their session today because they trained today. So, but I didn't obviously. You boys, I chose you boys. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Oh,
yeah, that's some bullshit. What are they doing tomorrow?
Back, of course.
Fucking hell, not a leg session.
Yeah.
It's like literally always.
It's either back or legs. Every time I filmed them, I don't think I haven't filmed chest or anything else. It's always back or legs.
We did a bit of shoulders last time.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, actually, I've got that video done. So, have you seen the leg video?
Not the full one, no.
Have you not?
Send over, man.
Anth's had it for ages, and this.
Oh, you know what Ant's like? It's that's not the right time. Fucking man, it's not.
I said to him, well, what's your plan on releasing this content? He was like, oh, mate, I've been busy. I was like, all right, cool. I said, just let me know. Because obviously I had the shoulder one there ready to go, but I wasn't rushing to edit it because he wasn't bothered about releasing it. But because I'm up there tomorrow, I thought I better get it done just in case he asks the question. So I've done it. You just need to send it across. Any more questions?
I think like training, training partners though as well. Like if you're lucky enough to have a training partner that gives a shit about what you're doing as much as them,
yeah,
and you can trust them. But this is the hard thing as well. You need to be able to just do the set and trust that person to know when you're not going to die and when you might die. Like if you've got 600 or whatever on the leg press, like you need to trust that they know what you're going to be able to do, but also have the confidence to be able to go one more. Do you know what I mean? When you can actually do one more.
Yeah.
If you're with someone you don't really know, they're not gonna have the confidence to call one more that you could have. So it's like
they're gonna kill your set, aren't they?
Or the other way around. There's nothing more frustrating than giving it your absolute everything. You're about to get off it, and they say one more, and you're like, "Fuck off! You can't."
No, that just means you're a pussy. No, but yeah, you're right. Like if someone's calling stuff that's like not possible, like it's not. Yeah, it's not. Training partners are just fucking hard to come across. Basically, I've had a few, but they have like get jobs or lives or stuff. It's bullshit, really.
I think the only training partner has been the best training partner for me is my brother. Training my own brother, like he pushes me as much as I can give. Like, and it's like I'm not saying like his age is a difference between like, but for a young kid, fair play to him, he fucking pushes like. So, everyone when you train with like obviously boys you just met in the gym and shit, and you want to go and give it fucking hell for the leather, and they're like, oh, you add another plate. Well, yeah, this is where it's going. Like,
I tell you what's like recently, obviously, like Liam said, he's on a dig, but I've just been juggling around people I've been training with, and like since I started like fully training, like I've had like one training partner, which was my mate Sully, that used to come down to GH and that with me, and then started training with Liam as well a bit, but then I've trained with a few people over the last year. You know, when like they seem like they're into it, like they're fully going at it, like on social media and that, and you see like the pictures and the way they talk, and then you go, oh, do you want to train? Yeah, let me train. All right, we'll get a leg session, and then you train with them, and it's like, yeah, I'm basically PTing you now. You're killing my fucking session. Like. So that's happened a few times. Luckily, well, I've kind of sussed out who does and doesn't go at it. Like,
I have done that on prep before, like start training someone, and then halfway through, I just had to go, yeah, we're gonna fall out. I think we need to like not do this.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not the same person?
No.
What?
Like maybe you're talking about each other.
I should be more blunt.
Oh no, I
To
don't,
me.
I don't train with the Welsh.
We were going to get a session in down at your little shipping container. But
Yeah, I know, but I sold the hack squat to Johnny.
Oh, have you got it, John?
Yeah. It's a fucking beautiful machine.
It's fucking, it's hard, it's heavy, it's heavy.
Mm.
It's a fucking heavy one.
Have you
It's
been
hot.
back in? Sorry, go on.
No, mine was just.
I was going to say, John, have you been back in the gym, like, or are you still training in your unit?
Oh, we're building the barbell club into something a bit more permanent. So at the moment, yeah, that's what we're doing. We've got pretty much everything. We're missing a Smith machine, and that's about it, really.
Oh, you could have bought mine.
Yeah, no, I need a proper Smith machine.
What are you talking about?
I've seen your Smith machine.
Face.
Talking about proper machine.
What are you talking about?
Proper, mate. What are you fucking talking about?
Get your glasses back on. I almost shit my pants then.
the booger man look. That
The
was
bugger
Some
man.
fucking bullshit.
Not fucking
There's some
about.
good gains on that.
So,
Go on then, Karen, fucking reel them off.
resties for girls. I mean, no, not really.
Well, they've asked that question because I'm
They've
on.
asked. Yeah, well, no, it's just on. Yeah, I don't know if it's because you were on it, but I think
You
it's
do
'cause-
like when you're filming, you do like wide lens, like portrait, landscape, off.
I go camera on, record, camera off,
Yeah,
catch a fucking train.
yeah, and then obviously you don't. If you're filming, you got to leave like a minute R&R. Like,
Oh, right, yeah.
yeah, a minute in reserve in case you burn into your CNS.
Yeah,
for
three
too
memory
much.
cards in reserve.
Yeah.
Have you ever been tempted to shout some Austin Powers quotes?
Well, yeah, baby. All that shit. Dan's face.
No.
Do you want to have a go?
Me, I don't know.
Nah.
I don't know. I was too busy wanking over
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Standard.
I didn't even realise it was a film. I
Oh,
was
don't
wanking
remember.
between that and the midget, and then I didn't know what I was watching.
Fantastic.
Come on, Garen, here's a shit question. Who wrote that? Shame him. Name and shame.
I don't know where is it, honest, but
Rest days for girls.
resties for girls.
No, cunt. Next.
It's simple. Have you done? Oh, this is for Jay. So
Oh, wow.
here we go. Have you done a day in the life with someone who has a really boring life? I like that one.
Every fucking bodybuilder.
Yeah, exactly. We're all boring, mate.
Like, it's,
Touche.
and that's not a diss because like I know I kind of live it myself, but it's like it is boring as shit. Just to try and make that entertaining, unless you've got good banter and personality about you, you are going to be doing the same shit day in day out.
How many like shopping, like the bodybuilder shoppings have you done, do you reckon?
No, we haven't. Well, the supermarket fucking sweep.
Yeah.
Nah, we've done maybe like as part of a video, not like a full-on shopping day in the life video. Actually, while we're on this note, Mr. fucking Johnny Reed in the top left-hand corner wanted to do this once with me. We were going to do when I was obviously like a full-on competitor once. Johnny wanted to do a bodybuilder versus men's physique shopping trip. Do you remember that, John?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
For YouTube. So, yeah, that was when I got out of Dan.
So you'll actually refuse that?
I refused that one, yeah.
Well, just generally, if it's a supermarket, you'll refuse.
No, I wouldn't refuse it. I mean, if it's part of the actual video, then I'll do it. We have done it as part of a video, but in terms of like a sole kind of video, like this is what I buy from a grocery haul or whatever they fucking call them.
Mate, the most boring thing.
Why do people still try and do them? Like, because I get it like 10 years ago, why they did them, but now it's like, nah, mate.
Well, ever since Marcus Rule did it, it's like, fuck off.
I was going to say, Marcus Rule is probably the only video you should watch.
Yeah,
because everyone's reaction.
Yeah, everyone's just like...
everyone's just looking at him like, what the fuck is that?
Jay, it was probably about 5 or 6 years ago, so it sounds a lot worse than it actually is now.
Oh, how he's actually thinking about it. Fuck off.
Here we go. He's trying to pick himself up from it.
I just want to say, I was young and foolish.
Johnny's messaged me here saying, why did I fucking bring it up?
Hey, why
So you fucked up there. Come up in the chat.
The skeletons.
Why are you making excuses like it's a thing? It's not a fucking unwanted child. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Hang on. Did you say a men's physique day in the life?
Yeah, that was a men's physique. Because I did my men's physique show, didn't I?
Ah, right.
You know, that one time in band camp.
Tragic eye.
Well, it was very tragic, mate. Very tragic.
How do you get off in that show?
I fucking run off the fucking stage. I didn't place. No, it was a last minute thing. I was actually dieting for a photo shoot, and then everyone at the gym, including that fucker there, was like, "Oh, mate, you should do the what was it? The Welsh Empower Welsh, was it, John, or the WBF? Yeah, WBF Welsh Championship.
Isn't that a biscuit? I know that's BN.
BN. So yeah, we did. Everyone was saying to me about doing the show, so I ended up deciding about 9 days out from the show that I'll do it. So I had to
that's how you should always plan for a show. That's the number one way. That's how champions do it.
Well, obviously not.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're an exception to the rule, Jay.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, we did that. We got that done. Got that out of the system, and that was it. That was that was all she wrote.
So is there any interest in you doing a show?
Mate, I haven't got the arse for it, to be honest. I haven't got the I definitely haven't got the time. Like I did that prep last year with Cuba, did 20-week prep, loved it, got in good condition, got in shape, but in terms of actually getting on stage, like the end of that prep coincided with Alicante. I would have had to have done the show out there, managing all the content. It would have been tragic, media. So maybe one day, but I'm only getting older, and so I'd just rather keep doing it for myself, and I do it for myself and all that bollocks.
Oh.
Do it for the gram.
Do it for the gram.
Yeah. But like at the same time, without being too fucking thingy about it, it's like, why do you have to compete? You can just fucking love training and doing it. And like, where I am today is like, I've told this story a couple of times, but like where I am today with Magic Eye Media has come from me getting like in shape and doing a transformation, because that like graft that I went through, that personal graft, it unlocked this work ethic in me, which I never had before that. Like I lived and breathed DJing, but it wasn't really a graft. It was just something I was good at it, DJing, and I just did my thing, and I just so happened to kind of get where I got with it. But like that transformation, that was graft. And that 4, 5 or 6 months that I put into it, I've carried it on, and now it's obviously developed into, when people message me going like, how the fuck are you doing these trips on so little sleep, and how are you working so much and doing that? Like, number one, obviously, my family, man, I got to, keep the roof over the heads and that, and I want to be successful in that respect. But at the same time, it's all I know. It's all I know. So that got really fucking deep real quick. Dan's in sleep.
He's melting there, bro.
Do you want a tissue?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
How to make Dan McNabb feel uncomfortable 101.
I know, man. We nearly had him crying then. We nearly had him crying.
That'd be a
So
sight.
So it's at the end.
it's
Dan.
all I know.
That's all I know, mate.
I think the point really is that the training, like, and I was talking about this earlier, is people now, they want to be a bodybuilder on stage. Like, that's the end bit. Yeah, pretty much everyone I've spoken to started off just loving training, and then it like developed. Now I see loads and loads of people, I want to be a bodybuilder, I want to go on stage, I want to be, and they don't like it's just a race to that.
The difference now, and this is coming from me, who is not in the competitive world, but the thing now is that people actually train because they want to do a show, whereas people like us like do shows because they fucking train.
Yeah,
that's the difference, if you ask me.
yeah. I'm not set. I'm sure there are some people. I think people are doing shows like way before they should do a show.
You think? You know.
and also because of some of the people that are coming up that are new, because they know so little, like their ignorance is so huge.
Yeah.
They don't understand how far away they are.
Mm-hmm.
They like actually don't understand. They actually think like they're close, and it's like, no, you're not almost as big as them. You're fat. Like it's just like the ignorance is like, you think you're close because you actually don't know how far away you are. Yeah. And I think that's like another thing that social media has done, especially they were just sucking everyone off, because apparently if you say anything negative towards them, then like you're a hater and all this wank stuff. Yeah. It's like everyone has to do, positive, fuck off, man. It'll be all really, really positive until you get to the judges and they'll be like, you're shit, bye. And you're like, I thought I was robbed. I asked for the judges' feedback and they don't remember who I am, so they just wrote some inordinate bollocks for me to ignore. Oh, yeah, disgusting.
See it all, man. We've done obviously all those Two Bros shows recently where it was like 3 and 4 weeks or whatever, and it was like, some of the people I was like, why are you doing it? Like, why have you done this to yourself?
Two Bros as well has become the thing. People think, Two Bros, it's called like bros, and it's pros, and it says bros, Two Bros, there's pros, and there's two bros, and there's two of them, and it's like the biggest thing, and it's like, fucking, people are forgetting that actually what it is like if you win like a qualifier, not a pro qualifier, it's just the UK BFF like regionals. It's just, that's the same. It's just cool. Yeah. But everyone's like, fucking road to pro. Oh yeah, I missed out on like, it's like, no, it's just a regional show. It's like you came fourth at the Kent Classic. Like no one fucking cares. But they think it's close. Like the two shows are close. They're not fucking close. No. Like the pro qualifiers are NPC shows. They happen all over the world. But people are like, I was really close because I came 8th at a regional. It's basically the Kent Classic. So I've almost won my pro card.
Like there's loads that were like qualifying for the fucking finals. Oh yeah, I'm through to the finals. Yeah, but that's because you came second, did you? Yeah. How many were in your class? 2. Yeah. Right. So that's why you're in the final.
I saw. Well, no, but the thing is, this is another thing. At the UK BFF regionals, you have to actually win to go to the British to have an even chance. Now all you need to do is just be there.
Be there.
So you can come second out of one person and turn up looking like a fucking blancmange, and then you're like, fucking smashed it. I'm through to the pro qual.
I dare you to do your pro qualifier. Just go fat as fuck and no tan.
Mate, I did one last time, like injured. So I did it, but I was injured, so I couldn't go, and that's how I qualified.
I'm confused.
Said.
Yeah, so I paid the money, and I was going to do the show, but I had an incident, and then I couldn't do the show, but it still qualified me because you don't actually need to qualify. You just
bought a pass, basically.
So you can turn up at the qualifier and qualify for the pro qualifier. You just have to actually be there. You don't need first, second, or third. You just need to exist. most people exist. Yeah. Like, so qualifying for the pro qualifying is based on something that you're probably quite good at already, what with you existing. Because that's all you need to do. It does not need a 500-word essay on Instagram about how blessed you are.
So you're not going to put it in your
It doesn't
bio,
need any of
You're not
that.
going to put in your bio like twice qualified for British finals.
I love
Oh, my God.
Oh fucking hell! We're going to offend
Yeah.
some people today.
It's like the Miami Pro. We talk about this, not in Miami, and there's no professionals.
Is this still going? I don't hear about it anymore.
I never heard about it anyway.
I think it's just for really like
You
fucking
brought it
really vain people, innit? It's just like
I think that they probably like branched out into like boat parties in Marbella or something. Like you get 3 free photographs of you naked after doing 3 grams of ketamine with some aged man.
Wow.
That's the new one.
It's the new one. Yeah.
An organised photo shoot of you being fingered by Peter Stringfellow on a yacht.
Guys, quickly get some more questions going before Dan gets himself in trouble.
Oh, I mean, I let him roll. Like, they only had promotion ones on it. I would promote you. That was them. So
Is that it?
Dan,
But that was
it.
Popular.
So Johnny shuts me
Yeah.
off for nothing. Cheers, Johnny. You better have
No,
some
no.
fucking bants coming in now, mate.
There was definitely more.
Yeah, what you got,
John?
Johnny?
That's a question.
I haven't had any anyway.
There was more questions on that post. I'm sure there was.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, DM me, great content.
Yeah, that was good. Ask that question.
Go on.
Much profile like for me, I think. Hush much 3,000.
Do you want me to ask the questions? Because it looks like you're in some bit of trouble.
Yeah,
I found a couple here.
yeah,
Go on, string them away.
Hold on, Garrett, you're only the host. It's your one fucking job.
Right. As you get further in your bodybuilding career, how do you deal with aching joints like elbow pain during bench press and aching knees? Is it a case of lifting lighter and wrapping up, or do you smash ibuprofen before and after training? Wow.
Shall I answer this one?
Yeah,
There's a reason why.
Well, I'm the video guy, so you boys are the bodybuilders. So you crack on.
I'm pretty old, so the chances are if you've got elbow pain, it's inflammation. So whereas ibuprofen will like stop that, ibuprofen like you do need inflammation of some sort. Also, ibuprofen destroys your stomach line, and so it's not a good thing to like get into. But you need inflammation whilst training. But the chances are is that like if it's elbow pain, it's like a tendonitis usually. I find with knee pain, it's often just like a tightness. So I get knee pain. It's usually a tightness like IT band, which crosses the knee, and then you get things rubbing together, and then they inflame, and then it's like probably the worst thing you can do is then wrap them to make them rub together more, and then create more inflammation in the joint. Obviously, like doing your normal glucosamine, omega-3s and stuff like that is a really good idea. Make sure you're fully hydrated because that helps the joints. But if you're getting pain in your elbow, it's usually a tendonitis issue. You might be able to get rid of it with like sports massage. I've heard people have had varying success with dry needling or something like that. But ultimately, tendonitis needs rest. So although, yeah, you could go lighter and see how it feels, but extra reps, usually extra friction. But wrapping them together to compress the joint.
I suffer quite a lot with it. So what I've found, right, is that Strom Support Max, Joint Support Max, is the best thing I've ever taken. I can have tendonitis that I can barely move my arms, and within a couple of days of taking that, it's gone. So like that, for me, if you've got bad joints, that's a must, without fail.
Oh.
Or just take some tablets.
Or some Nubain.
Yeah, jab some Nubain. I mean, I don't know. I think the all of Strom stuff is really good, but I still have horrendous elbow pain from tennis and golfer's elbow in both sides.
Stop. So
And usually it only gets better if I rest it.
Rest is best.
So-
So again,
Tough shit,
isn't
basically.
for girls, to answer that other question.
No, no. But I have massage on it and stuff and try and free up the area. You know, if inflammation is something that doesn't get better on its own, once those things inflame a bit, they rub more, they inflame more, and then, you know, you're getting a problem. It's usually a tightness, especially if it's in your knees. If you're getting it in your elbows and your knees, I reckon you're probably not stretching enough, not doing mobility work. You're probably not getting soft tissue work. You're probably not looking after yourself as much as you could do, but maybe you're just old and fucked. It depends.
You're probably not meant to.
But it seems weird that you would have tendonitis in all of those areas. Maybe you've just been training like a fucking nutter. So
that's another thing as well. It's got to come down to
Yeah.
form as well, haven't it? So I mean, if I'm knee pains, I know when I was having knee pains a lot, it's down to when I was squatting or leg press, I wasn't coming down enough. So
the load was heavy, too heavy.
And it was heavy, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking a mad head.
So so the other thing would be like try and maybe not do higher reps, but change the way that you lift so it's harder. That's something that I'm always trying to do. That is progressive overload. Progressive overload is not always adding weight. If you can find a position where you're weaker and get your strength up from there, that's still progressive overload. So don't get it twisted about a weight coming up. If you find your weakest position, find your weakest, like obviously not hugely slow reps, but change the tempo, you know, get deeper contractions or a little bit extra depth if your flexibility will allow you to, and try and strip some of the weight off and do it properly.
Yeah.
I haven't, like, if I put pound to pound, like what I could lift, as in put a weight from A to B, I haven't lifted a weight heavier than I did 9 years ago.
Go ahead, Dan. Chuck us.
All right, so now it's the bit of the show when we ask for 5 top tips. But one of the tips I wanted to was like maybe if you had any advice for aspiring videographers, or maybe you had you know, some tips for bodybuilders who want to get a videographer, and maybe if there's any, you know, planning that should be done, or, you know, just some tips for people in the industry, right? You know, maybe to stop them from generating such fucking detritus that I see on Instagram every day that makes me want to poke my fucking eyes out. You know, just anything to help someone. So helping them to help me.
Perfect. So shall I start now? Yeah.
I would start now.
Okay. So the first tip, if we start from like what you've just said, because obviously you're directing me on my 5 top tips. So they're not actually my 5 top tips; they're your 5 top tips.
Well, I just think,
we'll
you
roll
know,
with it.
there's 5 top tips. I just wanted to make a couple of them a little bit specific.
Dan, do you want to be a videographer? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you know, I'm not getting any younger.
Is this plan B?
I'm quite into. I mean, you've got some work that you could pass on to me, the orgy thing, obviously. And it could just take over from there. I'm just, you know, I'm thinking, you know, I could do some slap bass, very popular with the pornographies, you know.
You could actually be Japside Media then.
Yeah, there you go.
It's the porn. It's the sister company.
Yeah, I could play it like live, like whilst...
and recording.
Yeah.
Mate, talent is being wasted on that stage.
Exactly. You know, when the man in pants is gone, live music to your very own porno.
Whilst they film you.
You know, and then it could. The thing about it is, it's omnidirectional. This, because I could do like weddings, but then I go and play the porn music live whilst you like have, you know, whilst you have sex. What's it called when you
the wedding night?
After
The wedding night. The wedding night.
Consummate.
Yeah, no, but it's called something. Consummate.
Constipate.
Don't think that's it. I mean, they won't be afterwards. Depends which hole you use. So, yeah, you know, just a few tips for me if I want to become a videographer.
All right. So Dan's 5 top tips.
Right.
Basically.
Right. So for anyone looking to get into videography, I get the question a lot, like in the DMs. I would say just start. You know, it's not a case of like learning so much and then becoming a videographer. It's just a case of picking up a camera and you know, if you enjoy it, first of all, that's the main thing. It's not something you anything that you force yourself into doing is not going to work. Like it's gonna fail pretty quickly. Johnny sucks dick. Yeah. So
Where did that come from?
Yeah, there's a I can see the little message down
Right, there's
from
a chat.
Daniel McNabb to everyone.
Wasn't me.
So yeah, anyone that wants to become a videographer, it's just a case of just picking up a camera, starting, and then learning. You know, YouTube is where I've learned everything, all self-taught. Oh, is this what happens when the 5 top tips is going on? You just messaging back and forth to each other.
Mate, I'd be honest, like they're like a pair of fucking kids, because they've never done it before.
So my 5 top tips aren't even actually being fucking listed. You got to take us in, boys.
I am.
I am.
I can see it.
I am. You've got to watch YouTube.
Yeah, you got to watch YouTube.
But what about the people making the videos for YouTube? How are they going to learn?
Well, they learned via YouTube, didn't they?
I mean, chicken and egg. There has to be a start point.
That's the circle, like.
It's the circle. It's like, men's physique through to bodybuilding. And Dan, when you're about 5 years older, you'd probably be back down to men's physique.
Oh, I'd rather die. I'd rather be buried alive from now.
Tip number 2. So if you are a bodybuilder looking to put out content with a videographer, then the first thing is not to force it. Like anyone that forces content, you're going to be, it's going to come across on camera. Like when I've filmed with Jamie, there's been certain things that's happened where we've like, should we step back from the content because we're just going to be forcing this just to put content out. So if you're looking to put content out, make sure you've got something to actually record and document, not just put it out because you want to get a couple of likes on the gram or YouTube. And you're not going to make money off it. Like, but a lot of people get into YouTube to make money from it. That's not going to happen. Like you boys know with the Bash Bros channel, it's hard to earn coin off YouTube. Like my channel I've had for a few years. I think I've had about 100 odd quid out of it each year. That's it. So you're not going to don't go into YouTube to make money because it's not going to happen.
Do you know how many, because you know about stats and stuff, do you know how many views you'd have to get to earn, say, minimum wage on YouTube?
There's loads of different factors. You'd have to, it's not just about the views, it's about how quickly the video gets views. It's about the content within it, if it gets pushed with the algorithms. It's loads of shit. How many ads go on there? The content of your video, what does it prevent ads going on there to earn revenue from it? Lex Griffin, I don't know if you know Lex Griffin from Gymshark. Like we used to go through with his, and some of his videos would hit 50, 60K overnight, and then others would hit 5 or 6K overnight. And then that can determine obviously how much he earns of it, because if it's had a spike of 50, 60K views overnight, then that's it's good money. Good money.
That's better, is it? I obviously don't know.
So like, when you do, I'm giving you advice here. When you do your podcasts, then you should go for the clickbait stuff. So if you've got someone on that's dropping bombs, then use that. I know you do put in the titles when I've seen them, but play on it a little bit more. But then also like the thumbnails and stuff like that, maybe get someone on board to create like in your face thumbnails to stand out more on YouTube because it's going to get viewed more. All these little things which you wouldn't think really matter do actually matter.
There we go. This really is top tips.
Top tips.
Nice.
All I know is that on Spotify you've got to get like 1 million plays a month to earn minimum wage.
Wow, 1 million plays.
Yeah, and who the fuck's doing that? That's why even the Spice Girls have gone back to like touring because there's no money in music.
Yeah, music game's dead, isn't it?
It's fucking bad.
Bad crack.
Some samples of it.
So that's good. That's from the recording perspective, and then from maybe the athlete, and then I controlled those, so I feel bad about directing those. So you get 3 just for yourself.
Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan. Right. So from my own personal experience, I think I'm going to go really fucking deep on you now, Dan, because I knew you loved that conversation earlier. I would say, you're never too old to kind of start something and get into it. I didn't pick a camera up till I was like 31, 32. And that was a fucking GoPro, which obviously you can pick up in Argos. And now I'm obviously doing what I'm doing. So you're never too old to start something. So if you've got a passion for it and you want to, you want to kind of follow it through, then just fucking do it and, put everything into it. But make sure you still enjoy it throughout that process as well. So that's tip number 3, is it, Dan?
Yeah, it was a good one. I liked it.
Tip 3, but in brackets, tip 1, because that was my first.
I mean, you can do a 5 if you like. So usually people run.
Fuck that. I'm going to have to go down Ryan Cartwright's fucking path with tip number 4. What was? Do you know what? Because I watched the podcast, I had a couple of tips in my head, but I fucking forgot them now because Dan threw me off.
Oh, I never throw anyone off.
Blame Dan.
Yeah.
So never too old to start something. Stay true to like who you are as well. No matter what you're doing, who you're working with, who you kind of, you're dealing with on a daily basis. Don't put yourself on a big old fucking pedestal and think you're the shit, because I'd like to think I don't do that, and I stay, pretty humble considering some of the numbers I got on my phone book, but I don't I try and keep it real, Dan.
What's that?
The fuck is that one?
It's a fucking spider crawling across it.
It's an alive one of them.
Lads.
You done it the other way round, you fucking head. That's the dead one.
Oh, that's a dead one, isn't it?
Okay, we got one more. I like these. These are like real. They're actually.
Are they real? I told you, man. Keep it real.
I'm keeping it real.
Third one is stay loyal as well. So stay loyal. Loyalty, it goes a long way. With whether that's business, personal relationships. Stay loyal to the ones that have been around for you throughout, like, whatever you've been through in life, where you started, where you're going, where you are. Stay loyal.
Don't fuck the babysitter.
Yeah, we could call it that.
Basically, Dan,
Just trying to contextualize it, for the viewers.
when you go pro, Dan, you're not allowed to leave the podcast.
Yeah, there's no point in you talking.
Can you say that in English?
Yeah, you.
There's no point in talking, Johnny.
What's that?
Look at that! Fucking more fire, crew. More fire, more fire. We literally got I think that actually thinking, thinking back, to how we plan this, we don't plan this. Maybe having a professional videographer in an environment where Johnny's literally on dial-up, and we're going to see this in like 4 pixels, like later on, probably. I think we could have showcased ourselves a little bit more, really, to be honest.
It might take my wrinkles out, though, because Johnny was commenting on those earlier. So perhaps if I am a pixel, then job done.
For pixel face.
Pixel face, yeah. Magic.
For once in my life, I'm a little bit embarrassed.
Are you?
I'm a little bit embarrassed.
I did have high expectations, but I got to remember, like, who you are, boys. So.
Yeah. It's always good to lower it. Well, we like to stay humble.
Well, you're taking my tips on board, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because I was literally going to walk straight out of here, fucking backhand Alice in the face, and then, like, just go on the... Oh, no, I didn't mean it. She just went, fuck off, mate.
Do you in?
Fuck off. Come here, cunt.
You
all right, well, I've been humbled. Well, Johnny, good luck with the edit of 3 pixels.
Yeah, me.
I imagine that the download speed for this recording is going to be about 3 weeks, so I hope you're booked into the travel lodge for a while. I'm not holding my breath on it actually downloading at all. And Jay 100% won't come back and do this again.
I'll do it again, lads. I can do it again. It's, hopefully I'm not in the same position I'm in, and it keeps growing and getting better and better. I mean,
I reckon we should do it, but not because I can't come to Durham and I'm fucking fuming about it. But next time there's a road trip, we'll do Bash Bros live from the car.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, or the train.
Probably a train, Dan. But have you seen the price? Have you seen how much it costs to get to Durham on a train?
Yeah, it's like 300 quid or something.
I looked at it because I was obviously I'm the train man now, and I was looking at it. I was like, nah, I think I'll just.
How much was it?
I think on Train Pal, the cheapest it got down to was like 175, but that was like split tickets and shit.
Jesus.
You can fly there to Newcastle for 200 notes.
I know. So
I reckon we should do that from fucking Bristol, mate.
I'm trying to think now, right? Obviously, I've been speaking about progression with videography. So obviously, I've got the JP thing, which I've done, and then recently I got the hostel thing with Fuad. But then the big one after that then is obviously the Bash Bros fucking UK tour. So am I going backwards or am I going forwards? I'm just trying to work it out, boys.
Well, obviously,
What do you think, bud? What do you think?
trying to stay humble.
Shut up a bit.
All right, I'm going to
hopefully
fuck
this-
off. But
hopefully
Jay, I'm
this
going to ring
comes
you
out
right
then.
now on your telephone.
You ringing me now?
I'm going to ring you now.
Oh, man.
All right, love you, bye.
All right, nice.